Welcome to How to Hold Your Ground in the School Meeting Room, an educational offering provided through Restorative Educational Advocates and Mediation Services. Most parents walk into school meetings already at a disadvantage, not because they're unprepared, but because the system is structured to move fast, stay vague, and keep control of the conversation. Holding your ground is not about being confrontational. It's about staying oriented, regulated, and anchored while the room moves around you. This article teaches the core skills that keep parents from being swept into the school's agenda, pace, or framing. Schools often move quickly because speed creates compliance. When the meeting feels rushed, you lose your ability to think clearly. Your power move is simple. I need a moment to think. Say it slowly, say it neutrally, say it as many times as you need. This resets the room. It also signals that you are not going to be pushed into decisions. Meetings drift. They drift into behavior. They drift into blame. They drift into, we don't have the staff, or, we've never done that before. Your job is to bring the conversation back to the purpose of the meeting. Use this line. Let's come back to the goal of today's meeting. Or, I want to stay focused on the plan for my child. You don't need to argue with the derailment. You just need to name it and return to the center. Schools sometimes introduce side issues to avoid addressing the real problem. Examples of derailments. He's not trying hard enough. She's very social, so she doesn't need support. We don't see that behavior here. We're short-staffed. You don't need to debate any of this. You can simply say, that's a separate issue. I want to stay with the concern I brought today. Or, let's put that aside for now and return to the plan. This keeps you from being emotionally hooked. Schools often use jargon or vague language to create authority. Examples. We're using a tiered intervention model. We don't have the data to support that. We're following district protocol. We're monitoring progress. Your response. Can you restate that in plain language? What does that mean for my child day to day? What specific data are you referring to? Can you show me the policy you're referencing? Clarity is not a favor. It's a requirement. Schools sometimes create pressure by saying, we need to decide today. We don't have time to revisit this. This is the only option. We need your signature before you leave. Your anchor line. I'm not ready to make that decision today. Or, I need time to review this. You do not owe the school speed. You owe your child discernment. You don't need to match the school's tone. You don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to justify your concerns. Use neutral, grounding phrases. I hear what you're saying. That's not my understanding. I need more information. Let's slow down. I'm going to pause here. Neutral language keeps you in your role and prevents escalation. If the meeting becomes chaotic, disrespectful, dysregulating, confusing, rushed, or emotionally unsafe, you can end it. Your line. I'm going to stop here. I'd like to reschedule when we can have a more productive conversation. You don't need permission. You don't need to explain. You don't need to stay in a room that is harming you. Ending a meeting is not failure. It's strategy. Holding your ground is not about being louder. It's about being steadier. When you slow the pace, redirect the conversation, ask for clarity, and refuse urgency, you shift the entire power dynamic of the room. You stop reacting, you start leading, and the school has to meet you there. If you found these educational offerings beneficial, consider buying us a coffee to keep the lights on. From all of us here at Restorative Educational Advocates and Mediation Services, we thank you for watching.